Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Let's do decimal fractions, exercise 7E. First problem. The cost of a fountain pen is rupees 13.25. Find the cost of 8 such pens. So we have been given the cost of 1 and we've been asked to find the cost of 8. So when you are given the cost of 1 and asked to find for many, it is multiplication. So let's start our statements. Cost of a fountain pen is rupees 13.25. Cost of 8 will be 13.25 into 8. So let's start our multiplication. Now whenever we do multiplication of decimal numbers, we ignore the point first and then multiply like we do regular multiplication. So let me ignore the point and write this. It becomes 1325. Now let's multiply it by 8. 8 fives are 40. I carry 4. 8 twos are 16 plus 4, 20. Carry 2. 8 threes are 24, 25, 26. Carry 2. 8 ones are 8, 9, 10. So this is the number that I've got, 10,600. Now I need to go back to my question and check the number of decimal places in my question. There are 2 decimal places. That means my answer also should have 2 decimal places. Now this is a whole number, 10,600, and it is understood for a whole number the point is after the number. So if I have to have 2 decimal places in my answer, the point has to move 2 places to the left. So 1 and 2, and I put my point there. So what is my final answer? Cost of 8 pens is rupees 106.00. So this 00 will be the paise part. So we don't have anything there. It's simply 106 rupees. Question 2. The cost of 25 identical articles is rupees 218 and 25 paise. Find the cost of one article. So there are 25 identical articles and the cost is given. We have to find the cost of one. So here 25 is given, find one. So whenever you're asked to find the cost of, you're given the cost of many and asked to find the cost of one, it is division. So let's start our statements. Cost of 25 articles is rupees 218.25. Therefore, cost of one article we're going to divide. So let's start our division. Now, when you divide a decimal number, don't change the point, let it remain in the same place. 218.25, let's divide it by 25. So let's start the division. 2 is smaller than 25, so I put a 0 and I take the next digit. It becomes 21, which is also smaller than 25. So I put another 0 and I take the third digit. Now it is 218. Let me write the tables of 25 and get a number close to 218. 25 into 8. Let's try that. 8 fives are 40. I carry 4. 8 twos are 16 plus 4, 20. So I've got 200. Let me write that. 25 into 8 is 200 minus 8, 1, 2 minus 2 is 0, and I can bring the next number down. Now in my quotient, let me not forget to carry the decimal point up. Okay, so it's in the same place as it is in the dividend. Now let's carry on with our division. Now I need to write the tables of 25 and get a number close to 182. So let's try 25 into 7. 7 fives are 35, carry 3. 7 twos are 14 plus 3, 17. So I can use this. So 25 into 7 is 175. So minus 2 minus 5 we cannot do, so I'm going to borrow. 12 minus 5 will be 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now I have the last digit to bring down, which is 5. Now my number is 75. 25 threes are 75 minus. Okay, so we have completed our division. So now we have found the cost of one article, which is 8 rupees and 73 paise. Question 3. The length of an iron rod is 10.32 meters. This rod is divided into 4 pieces of equal length. So we have to find the length of each piece. So let's start our statements and see what we have to do here. The length of an iron rod is given to us. So let's write that as a statement, 10.32 meters. Number of pieces it is divided into is 4. Now we have to find the length of each piece. To find the length of each piece or one piece, we need to divide. So to find the length of each piece, let's do division. So let's start 10.32 divided by 4. So remember, for division, you do not ignore the point. You carry on with the point in its same place. So let's start division by 4. 1 is smaller than 4, so 0. 10. 4 twos are 8 minus 10 minus 8 we cannot do. So 10 minus 8 is 2. 0 minus 8 you cannot do. 10 minus 8 is 2. I carry this point up and I bring down the 3. It's 23. 4 fives are 20 minus 3. 2 minus 2 is 0. You bring down the 2. Now my number is 32. 4 eights are 32. We finished our division here. So now we have found the length of each piece, which is 2.58 meters. Question 4. What will be the total length of cloth required to make 5 shirts if 2.15 meter of cloth is needed for each shirt? So now we know how much of cloth is needed for each shirt. For one shirt, now we need to find for 5 shirts. So whenever one is given and you have to find for many, it is multiplication. So let's start our statements. Number of shirts. So how many shirts do we have? 5. Length of cloth needed for each shirt. For one shirt, we need 2.15 meters. Now we need to know how much of cloth is needed for 5 shirts, so we multiply. Multiplication of decimals, ignore the point. So when I ignore the point, my number is simply 215. And I'm going to multiply this by 5. Let's start our multiplication. 5 fives are 25. Carry 2. 5 ones are 5, 6, 7. 5 twos are 10. So I've got 1075. Let's go back to the question. After the point, there are 2 decimal places. My answer also should have 2 decimal places after the point. So let's move 2 places to the left. So my point comes here. So what is my final answer? Length of cloth needed for 5 shirts is 10.75 meters. So you need so much of cloth for 5 shirts. Question 5. Find the distance walked by a boy in 1.5 hours if he walks 2.150 kilometer every hour. Okay, so I hope you have understood the problem. He is walking 2.150 kilometers every hour. So what distance will he walk in 1 by 2 or 1.5 hours? So let's start our statement. Distance walked by a boy every hour is 2.150 kilometers. Distance walked by him in 1.5 hours is 2.150 into 1.5. Okay, so every hour we know. So if we have to find for many, we have to multiply. So when I multiply, I'm going to write 2.150 and I'm going to convert that into a mixed number. 2 ones are 2 plus 1, 3 by 2. Okay, so let's ignore the point and multiply 2150 into 3 by 2. Now let's work on multiplication of fractions. So here we have this in the form of fractions. Let's multiply, and we normally multiply the numerators and we multiply the denominators. But before that, if you can cancel something, is there something common factor? Is there a common factor that you can use to cancel? Now I can cancel 2150 and 2 both by the number 2. So let's see how we do it. Divide both by 2. 2 ones are 2. Now I need to divide 2150 also by 2. So let's do that division here for you to understand it better. So 2150, I'm going to divide it by 2, short division. 2 ones are 2. Next number is 1, which is smaller. So I take two numbers with it, 15. 2 sevens are 14. What is remaining? 1 becomes 10. 2 fives are 10. So I'm going to divide 2150 by 2. When I do that, I get 1075. So can you see the denominator 2? I've cancelled it and made it 1. Now I multiply my numerators. So I can multiply 1075 by 3. Let's do that. 1075, multiply it by 3. 3 fives are 15, carry 1. 3 sevens are 21 plus 1, 22, carry 2. 3 zeros are 0 plus 2. 3 ones are 3. So I have got 3,225 as my numerator. Let me write that down. 3,225 as my numerator. Denominator 1 into 1 is 1. So this number 3,225 will be the same. Okay, now let me go back to my answer here that I'm solving. So 2.150 into 3 by 2 gives me 3,225. Now I need to go back to my question and see how many decimal places there are. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 decimal places. My answer also should have 3 decimal places. So let me move to the left. 1, 2, 3, and then put the point. So what's my final answer? The distance walked by the boy in 1.5 hours is 3.225 kilometers. We'll stop with that for now, children. In our next video, we will continue with the remaining questions. Thank you, children.